Today is Friday, Parashat Chukat. We're learning from the parasha of this week, the episode with the Moshe hitting the rock to bring the water out for the Jewish people. Well, what happened is Miriam Neviah passed away, and the well that traveled with them in the desert stopped giving its waters. So Hashem tells Moshe, Kach et hamate, take the staff, take that rod, ve'akel et ha'edah, and gather the people, Ata ve'Aaron achicha, you and Aaron, your brother, ve'dibartem el al-sela, and speak to the rock. Ve'natan memav, and then the rock will give its waters, and then you'll be able to give water to the people and their herds. So Moshe vayikach et Moshe tamate, and Moshe took the staff, just like Hashem commanded him. Vayikilu Moshe and Aaron takahal, so they gathered everybody, and Moshe tells them, Shim'una hamorim, listen, all you rebels, haminasela azeh, from this rock, notzi lachem ma'im, are we going to be able to get water to come out from this rock? Vayarem Moshe et yado, and Moshe raised his hand, vayach et hasela, and he hits the rock with the staff, with his staff, pa'amayim, twice. Mayim gushed out, and everybody was able to drink as well as their herds. The next pasuk, Hashem tells Moshe and Aaron, because you didn't believe in me, you didn't to make me, to sanctify my name, lo emantim bi le'akdisheni, to sanctify my name in front of the people, that's why you will not be able to enter the land of Israel. Wow, what a punishment. What happened exactly here? So, there are several opinions, several explanations given by the commentators. One of them is because Moshe misspoke and said, Shim'una hamorim, listen, oh you the rebels. He spoke negatively about the Jewish people. How could he call them the rebels? That's not right. Even though they complained, where's the water, where's this? Still, he should not call them names such as rebels. So that's one opinion that he's given. Another one, another explanation of the commentators, is the pasuk says, Ha min asela hazeh, are we going to be able to get water out from this rock? And as if Moshe and Aaron, the way it sounds, as if they were taking credit for the miracle that was about to happen. Are we going to be able to, in other words, when the water will come out, you see, we will be able to get the water out of this rock. They should have given all the credit to Hashem, even before the water came out. That's another explanation given by the commentators. Another one is that Moshe hit the rock twice. Twice. And therefore, one time would have been enough. So the fact that he hit it twice, by hitting it twice, he makes it so that there's not so much of a sanctification of the name of Hashem. So that's another reason that is brought. Then yet there is another reason that is brought, and that explains the severity of this act and the punishment that Moshe would lead Am Yisrael out of Egypt, that he wouldn't go into the desert, into Eretz Yisrael. And the approach here is brought by the Netziv. He says, when Hashem told him to speak to the rock, and after all, if whether you hit the rock or you speak to the rock, it's still a huge miracle, even a rock that gets hit, to give gushing out water, that's still a miracle. So what is the big difference between hitting the rock that Moshe is held to task for, as compared to speaking to the rock? And the Netziv says, En hakavana sheidabru im hasela ve'etzavut אותו ליתן מים, שהרי אין הסלע בר שמיעה. The rock wouldn't have been able to hear anyways. So what's the big deal about making a fuss about hitting the rock, which was wrong as compared to speaking the rock? The rock wouldn't hear, doesn't have ears to hear anyways. And the Yalkut Shimoni explains, V'dibartem el hasela, what Hashem was telling Moshe Rabbeinu, speak to the rock, he meant, Sheneh alav perek echad, ve'u motzi mayim min hasela. Learn a portion of Torah, and from your learning of Torah is what will cause the rock to give water. Not just the speaking, asking it to give out water, but learning Torah is what has such a great impact that even things that would seem to be impossible to happen, like a rock giving water, will give water because of not your healing or dipping, asking it to give water, but because of the merit of learning Torah. And explains here in a book called Benoam Siach, Moshe Rabbeinu ve'Aaron HaKohen לא נצטוו להכות במטה שביניהם, מעשה שיש בו משום הוראה השתדלותו של האדם לפרנסתו. It's not that they were asked to hit the rock, something that would show like hishtadlut, that you're doing your part, you're doing something in the physical world that's your part. אלא נצטוו לדבר ללמוד תורה, they were commanded to learn Torah, להשמיע באותו מעמד שיעור גמרא או חבורה בהלכה, to say maybe a portion, by example, of Gemara or Halacha or something, some teaching of Torah. And in order to teach us, just with Lumud of Torah, a person can effect great results in terms of Parnasah, in terms of water, in terms of whatever is necessary. And here, Kadosh Baruch Hu wanted Moshe Rabbeinu to teach for future generations the strength and the power of one portion of Torah being learned. And therefore, that was the problem. The problem, had they learned Torah at that moment, and the water would have gushed out of the rock, it would have been an incredible Kiddush Hashem in terms of the incredible power of learning of Torah. Hitting the rock would seem just like an act in the physical world that brought about the water to come out. So, according to this explanation, that is also brought many commentators that also side with this explanation, that explain that the dibur, the speech that was supposed to take place there, is not the speech asking the rock to give water, but the holy and very powerful speech of learning Torah and the effect that it can have on results in terms of the physical world and the miracles that he could bring up. That would have been an incredible lesson to teach of Kiddush Hashem. May we always be zocheh to learn Torah and to enjoy learning Torah and to see the incredible effect that the Torah has, which really is, like from the first word in the Torah, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz, Bishvil Reshit, for a nation that is called Reshit, to learn Reshit, to learn the Torah that is called Reshit. And with the zchut of the Torah, the world exists, and wonderful things can happen. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen, and Shabbat Shalom.